Hey, what's up everyone? It's Assad here with 52 Cards. Hope you all are doing well. Happy New Year's. Wishing you all the very best in 2018. I thought I'd kick off the new year here by doing kind of a continuation of the last tutorial I did. It seems like a lot of you really love that 4-ace trick, the Apex Aces. So this right here is a completely different trick, but it uses some of the same principles. And I think a lot of you will actually prefer this handling. It's quicker, simpler, and a whole lot of fun. So let me give you a quick demonstration of what it would look like. You start off by having someone select a card from the pack. Let's say they picked this card right here, the 3 of spades. Okay, normally I wouldn't look, but for the sake of the video, it's okay. They would then return the card to the pack, have it shuffled in, maybe a few cuts, just to make sure it's really lost into the pack. And I would explain, to the spectator that I'm not going to find their card. These aces right here are actually going to help me find their card for them. So one at a time, each of the aces is going to go searching for the card. Just like that, the ace of clubs goes. And watch the spade happens real fast, just like so. The ace of spades also goes searching for your card. It takes a few seconds. You got to wait for it. Wait for it just a little bit. And just like this, if we now spread through the cards, you'll see that in the very middle of the deck, we have the 2 aces, and in between them is a card, which just so happens to be the 3 of spades. Stay tuned till the end of the video, and I'm going to show you another way of doing this trick without using the pass, because that is an advanced move. So if you're still learning how to do it, I'll show you another way you can do this trick without it. A quick announcement before I get into the explanation. So the really big project that I'm going to be working on this year is going to be Mint 2.0, or let's just call it Mint 2. The original Mint decks, the launch edition, was released back in 2016. These have been sold out for almost a year now. And, I didn't want to just get them reprinted because these launch edition decks have become quite collectibles. They're selling for quite a bit on eBay and stuff. And I didn't want to diminish the value of, the original decks. I didn't do a Kickstarter project in 2017 just because I was really busy with putting out the 52 Cards app and then just working on some other stuff. But 2018 will be the year that Mint returns. So this is going to be a new and improved version of the Mint deck. There's going to be some really nice design updates, which I hope you'll like, and some fresh new flavors, which I'm excited to share with you. I don't have an exact release date yet, but if you want to stay updated and follow the journey of trying to create the highest quality deck of cards possible, I'm going to be documenting the entire process from beginning to end of producing the Mint playing cards on the Mint Playing Cards Instagram page. So if you're not following that already, I'll drop a link on the screen here and in the description box down below. All right, let's talk about the handling for this trick. This is a great trick. If someone just hands you a deck of cards and you need a quick thing to do, this is a good option. So you start off by removing 2 aces or 2 jokers or whatever you want to use. It doesn't really matter. You have a card selected from the pack. Let's say it's going to be this one right here, the King of Spades. First step is you need to control their card to the top of the deck. Again, we've talked a bunch about card control on this channel in the past, so I don't want to go into too much detail there. I'll drop some links as usual in the description box in case you need to do some homework. But control it using whatever method you prefer. The Hindu shuffle control is one of my personal favorites. And then you can follow up with a false cut sequence of some sort if you would like as well. Okay? But whatever you got to do, just get their card to the top of the deck. Once you're in this position, you would explain that the aces are going to help find their card. So for this first step, it's very similar to the first step of the previous trick I taught you with the Apex Aces. You're going to make each of the aces vanish one at a time. There's a few options for doing this. The easy way, the way that I did in the demonstration, is you count each of the cards onto the deck. Well, let me backtrack just a little bit. As you pick up the aces, you're going to get a little pinky break beneath the topmost card, the card that they selected. So the easiest way to do this is you're just, with your thumb, you're going to push over that card slightly, and then as you kind of pull it back square with the deck, that allows you to kind of just stick your pinky underneath it and maintain a little pinky break. Okay, I'm going to assume that you're comfortable with holding breaks. If not, you've got a little bit of homework to do. Okay. After you've done that, you're going to count each of the aces on top of the deck, which leaves you with a 3-card break. And then to make the first ace vanish, I usually like to make the club vanish first. It doesn't really matter, but you're going to pick up on the 3 cards. You're going to slide the topmost ace onto the deck, and then you simply place the remaining ace on top. You do a little gesture, and you show that that first ace is gone. Okay? That's one way. Okay, here's another option. Slightly more technical, but another good option is to do the Erd and Ace color change. So instead of taking both aces and putting them on top of the deck, you're just going to take a single ace, place it on top of the deck, and then you do the Erd and Ace color change. This is kind of just a classic color change in Magic. I'll drop a link down below if you don't know how to do it yet. But that achieves the same thing, and essentially what both of those methods do, or both of those handlings, is it takes the topmost selected card and places it secretly on top of the face-up ace. Okay, so at this point you can bring the other ace back on top of the deck, and then here's a little display that's kind of nice to do. You would place that ace on top, and then you kind of do a block pushover, so you're just pushing over a block from the top of the deck, and that way you're preventing that secret ace from, that's now in the 3rd position from flashing. And then you can continue to spread the rest of the cards and say, just like that, the first ace goes to find your card. Okay? And then you're going to follow up by doing a similar vanish with the second ace. Okay, now for this one, what I did in the demonstration was I did a typical classic pass, and that's a nice quick way of kind of visually making that card vanish. It does 2 things at the same time. It places the aces in the middle of the deck, and it vanishes that second ace. So after you've done that pass, the trick is done. Okay, essentially what you have in this situation now is the 2 face-up aces in the middle of the deck, and you have the face-down selected card in between. Okay, we've talked about the classic pass on how to do that move. I don't want to go into detail now. I'll drop a link in the description box down below if you don't know how to do the classic pass yet. But keep in mind that the classic pass, it's an advanced move, and you need to be able to do it proficient enough to actually make it look like that ace is vanishing. If you're not at a point in your sleight of hand yet where you can do that, here's another good option on how you can still do this trick without that. Now, I misspoke a little bit in the intro. You're still technically going to be doing a pass, but it's a much, much easier handling than a traditional classic pass. So let me show you what I mean. So you would still vanish the first ace whatever way you normally would. So let's just do the easy way. Boom, just like that. It's gone. And then for the second ace, to make that vanish, instead of doing a traditional classic pass, you're going to be doing a 1-card pass, which is a lot easier. So it's the same principle, same motion as a typical pass, but you don't need to get a break in the center of the deck. And all you're really doing in this case is with your left fingers, mainly your pinky and your ring finger, you're just pulling down on that topmost card. And I've made a full video for this already, so I'll drop a link in the description box down below if you want to see what it looks like at the proper angle and then get a full tutorial on it. But briefly, with my leftmost fingers, I'm pulling down on that card, and basically, let me show you what it looks like in slow motion. I'm pulling down on it. It's becoming perpendicular with the deck for a brief moment, and then I'm folding it back underneath the bottom of the deck. Now, it doesn't look great from this angle because it's flashing, but for the people in front of you and for the people on the sides of you, it's a very visual, snappy, quick vanish of that ace. Okay, and again, much easier to do than a full pass. So check the link in the description box down below if you want to learn how to do that completely. But after you've done that, here's your situation. You have the face down top card, which is the card that they picked. You have the face up ace, and then you have the remaining ace face up on the bottom of the deck. So to end up in the same situation for the finale of the trick, all you would do at this point is after you do the vanish, that's kind of like a startling moment. There's going to be just like a brief offbeat, and then very casually you're just going to cut the deck in the middle, or you're going to lift up, you're going to kind of swing up half of the cards. You swing cut into the opposite hand, and then you just very casually bring the 2 halves together. Okay, so let me, it's kind of hard to demonstrate slowly. Let me show you in real speed kind of the choreography of that. Okay, so I would be at this point, I would make this ace vanish. As people are reacting to that, I'd just very casually just do something like this and place the deck down. I'm not making a move out of it, I'm just cutting the deck. And I'm not bringing any attention to the deck as I'm cutting it, I'm just doing it. And that puts you, again, in the same situation as you would have been if you had just done a traditional classic pass. Once again, you now have both of those aces in the middle of the pack, and in between those two cards, you have the selection. So that's just a really fun sandwich effect. I love sandwich tricks. There's a bunch of versions of the sandwich plot in Magic. This is one of my favorite handlings of it. So I hope you liked that video. If you enjoyed it, and if you want to learn more card magic, check out 52cards.com. Subscribe to the channel. Please do leave a comment and a like down below. That does help the channel out. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.